We don't blitz that much.
Well, whatever. When you do blitz, why do you like to blitz?
I just pressure. I think anytime you can make them have to think on the move, where you're just changing movements, patterns, whether even you're just slanting your defensive linemen and your backers. And if you're just sitting there with your feet set and they know where you're going to be, I think it gives them a big advantage, and haven't really been a lot of places where we could just do that and just whip people, win all those one-on-ones. So for me, it's just about creating havoc, for the offense and uncertainty, because when they're not sure, they become much less aggressive.
Are you like you go to a movie or driving down the street and go, oh, I got this great idea, and write it down?
You do, yeah. It's funny you say that, because I do get ideas, and sometimes we even get ideas from when somebody makes a mistake and they run a blitz wrong, but it creates a new pattern. We're like, hey, I like that. And so we actually made one up this last couple of days because of that. So, it's just a matter of trying to find creative ways to disguise them, come from different places, and I love it. It makes it fun. Sometimes I get bored when it's just playing base defense, so we got to go.
I was wondering where that was going. You ever blitz somebody at the movie theater?
You never know. I don't know.
Never know.
Marcelino obviously was a guy who had a big impact as a freshman last year. You talked about his work ethic through the offseason. You could see it. Is anything different about him kind of this deep into fall camp, maybe not just as a player but as a person around the team?
Yeah, I just think, he's a year older, understands, when you come here as a freshman, you're just trying to learn what to do. You don't really ever say much to your teammates, and you're just really trying to survive in some ways and figure it all out. But, now he's able to, do what he's doing at a much higher level, much more accurate, much less mistakes, and then also now to be able to mentor other guys, and help them, motivate them, and even we're running, whether it's post-practice gassers as a defense like we just did, and he can be out front encouraging guys, and he's in phenomenal shape, so he's able to run full speed and then, chirp at the guys that need to be chirped at, So I just think that you've seen him take that next step in his leadership.
Coach DeBoer was saying that one thing he liked about the first scrimmage was that the offense didn't turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. What did you not like from the defensive side besides the fact that you didn't create any turnovers?
I think it's a two-edged sword, obviously, for yourself as a team. You want one, you want the other, and they kind of have something has to give. But from my perspective, I felt like that there weren't a lot of balls that we had opportunities to get to, So that's where I kind of look at it. Like if we ever, we had drop picks, or if we were out of position and all those things, that it wasn't like we weren't playing hard, and weren't tackling well. And the only thing I didn't see us raking enough balls. That was the only thing I was upset about, was just to see us try and get the ball out of their hands, in the run game, or once it's caught, So I wanted to see us be more aggressive with those. And we track all those. We keep track, we list them all, and guys get credit for those. And so, but at the same time, from the ball in the air perspective, you got to give them credit and they've done a good job of that throughout the spring and the fall camp, which is obviously a huge emphasis for us.
Are there any position battles for the second scrimmage that you're looking forward to watching?
Yeah, I think for us in the backfield, we've had a free safety, Chase Dutra and Tony Fields are really going back and forth for that spot, and we kind of had different ones of them be put with the ones and rotate that back and forth, and it's good leverage, to be able to know that you got opportunities. I think at corners the same thing, Andre Brown and even our new guys, Raheem Lane, and Day, with Damian Hunt has done real good, and Ashawn Riggins is another one. So we really got those four guys are kind of vying for that other corner position, and so haven't had that kind of depth, in the past, at least definitely since I've been here, and then even talking to Coach Shelby, hasn't had that either. So those are kind of the two that kind of stick out to me as guys that we'll see how this final scrimmage plays out on our side of the ball. And then at receiver, we have several guys just vying for, who's going to get on the field, and be with that first group, and obviously go rotate and get guys in there. But I think that whole receiver core, is really trying to kind of jockey for positions and get a chance. It says as is in the backfield. The running back position is one that we've got. I could name them all over again, but they're all trying to see who's going to be the guy to step up and be the guy.
I noticed Danny Friend was working with the O-line guys. Can you kind of just walk us through?
Yeah, it's something we're just kind of experimenting with a little bit, and obviously he, didn't practice in the spring, had a postseason surgery and is coming back from that, and so isn't quite where he was in his mobility, and so obviously an awesome young man that really is willing to do whatever this team needs, and obviously we need some depth on the offensive line, with his physical position or his physical state right now, I think it's a good match for him. And we're just going to kind of see. Did it a few days ago just to see what it looked like, but he's got such a great attitude. He just wants to do whatever we got to do to win.
Brandon Knight, I guess, kind of where is he in terms of?
Yeah, progressing. I'm very, very pleased. Got a great report yesterday from him, so I continue to be very, very optimistic about his progress, and I think he's right on schedule.
What about anybody else? Do you have any other guys that you're worried about being long term?
No, not other than the ones we've already stated. We've just had guys, dinged up a little bit in and out of practices, which is typical. But no, we don't have anybody that's long term beyond the ones we listed prior to the start of the camp.
Any young guys are looking to step up in the scrimmage tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned 2 corners already. I think those guys are really been very, very positive for me to see. I think LaShawn Minor is another one that has shown flashes of what we thought he could be, and it's always interesting to see how freshmen come in, and you never really know. And he's finally in the last several practices started doing things that I expected from him. Mike Ziemba's another one that's making progress, in his development, and I really encourage Harry Kreider's another one that will probably be getting good solid reps with the ones, and I think he's a special guy that really, really excited about his development, and I think that Wop is one that is just still nursing that knee a little bit, but has shown flashes of him being able to do some good things, and he just got to get himself healthy. But and then the quarterback, Nick, as he gets more and more comfortable with what he's doing. So those are guys that kind of stick out to me. And Morgan Ellison's, we've talked about him before. He's really probably been the bigger surprise of the whole class, in my opinion, in terms of being able to play, at the highest level of being in there with the ones as a true freshman. And we'll see if that continues. It's on him.
How important?
I was going to say, Ashawn was a guy that really kind of made that other corner spot his own last year. How has he responded to maybe getting a little bit more competition, a little bit more pressure?
Yeah, it's been good for him. We all need that. And everybody responds, I believe, and as humans, to be able to know that somebody's breathing down my neck and can take my job if I don't do the little things right. So I think that he's had a couple injuries too that kind of set him back a little bit, but nothing long term. So he's missed a little bit, but now he's back, and so I just think that that's a position where you just can't have enough guys to cover throughout the whole game, and we made it with 3 last year pretty much, which was really amazing. I still can't believe we were able to survive with that, but so having him and having those other 3 guys and Andre back is huge, and they're gonna battle it out and see who wants it.
How big of an impact have Rashard and Tigray been having in terms of leadership?
I would say, Tigray would be the stronger in terms of verbal, on the field, taking charge of the defense. Because he's really, even though he's off the field, he has a really fun personality. I don't think he just naturally loves to be in front of people. He's more vocal than some guys we had last year, but he has to really, he has to just force himself, I think, in a lot of ways. So for him to do that, and it's just a necessity. So I think he's really grown in that area, as I've said before, and that's just got to continue, because once again, we're not out in the field with him. And we get on the sideline, yeah, we can talk to him, but it's that on-the-field leadership that has to be there that may be the difference on one play to the next, whatever it may be. And sometimes it's just making plays. That can be your leadership role is that stepping up in that regard. So that's something I think is real important. Everybody's checking their phones.
Are you planning to structure the second scrimmage like you did the first one, ones versus twos, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think so. And more special teams work, a little more transitional type opportunities for us to get more game-like than we have. Would like for the scrimmage portion to be similar. I like, big fan of just making it as realistic as possible, moving the football up and down the field, and then whatever situation you don't get created through those, and you go back and address them at the end. So, but want to get, even how we warm up and everything, just get a little bit more, a step closer to being the real deal, for us.
Starting with the night game, you think about having a night scrimmage?
Well, here's what we did. We had one of our jog tours was at night by design, just to be able to get that feel. And what we struggle with a little bit on the with only having one a day, if you go at night, then you really don't want to go in the morning the next day because of the turnaround and all that. So we're going to probably do another one of those under the lights, catching punts, catching kicks, catching balls, getting all that. Other than that, I mean, it's all the same, So, but the catching the balls and all that, that's what we needed to get. So we worked on that already once. We're going to do it again.